Hi everyone, welcome back and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. Today I have two Dollar Tree DIYs, so let's jump right into it.
Is this what you want now? Feels like you're looking for something better. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So for my first DIY, I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree tag sign, some floral picks that I've actually got this last year from Walmart, some burlap, and some paint. I'm using warm buff, black, and chocolate sprinkle. So the first thing I did was attempt to remove the paper from the front. I really hate these signs that have all this glitter on it. I like glitter, but not on signs like this, and Dollar Tree tends to do a little bit of they overdo it with the glitter. Anyways, I took off as much as I could, but I just turned it around and did the backside like I normally do. Now, I learned this technique from Julia over at the Mug Life DIY. So I am going to make this look like real wood. So you first do the base coat with a light brown. So I'm using warm buff, and I just got this heat tool. So I'm super excited about it because this project went really quickly. Then the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and do a heavy dry brushing of black, and I use a chunky brush from Dollar Tree. And then once that is dried or a little bit dry, you're going to take some of your darker brown and paint over that. Now, I went back and forth with painting with my chocolate sprinkle and my warm buff because I wasn't sure that the look was actually going to come together, but if you do this, just be patient. It will work. You just have to wait for the paint to dry and the black will come through to make it look like wood. So, don't really do more of the lighter brown like I did. Just keep going with the brown because I was just so worried about it, but it actually worked out just fine. And this is what it looks like. Well, when it's dry, it looks so much like wood. Like, I really, really like it. The next thing I did to give this a little bit more dimension instead of just a flat, kind of sign, I wanted to add some twine on the very edge of it, mainly because I didn't paint it and some of the paint dripped down and you could just see little drips of it. So I just went ahead and covered it with some twine. And then I'm going to go ahead and take actually the pumpkin off of these greenery or floral picks. I'm going to go ahead and actually cut it in half using my box cutter. So I removed the stem and then just cut this in half. Easy peasy. Once I had pumpkins, I had 3 pieces cut in half, so you have to use 2 pumpkins. I'm going to go ahead and place them where I kind of want them just to get my spacing together because I'm using these wood letters to put Hello Fall. I painted them white, and I'm just going to go ahead and line them up with my ruler from the Dollar Tree so that I can get a straight line. I like to freehand a lot of stuff, but sometimes it just doesn't work when you need the right spacing. So for the next part, I didn't want these pumpkins this color. I'm really into these blue peach colors for fall. So I'm mixing my Mermaid Parade color with my white. In hindsight, I kind of wish I would have did a tiny bit darker of a blue or like a dark turquoise or teal. That's kind of what I was going for. But then for this next one, I did my harvest orange and white because I was looking for more of like a peachy color, like a dark peach color. So both of the colors went on really nicely, but they dried a little lighter than I wanted them to be. But I actually still really like the colors because these are the colors I'm kind of obsessed with for fall this year. So I just placed those where I wanted them and hot glued them down and then just replaced the stems inside or on top. Next, I made a burlap bow and I hot glued that to the top of the sign just under the hole for hanging. And then I have these boxwood picks, these little twig thingies. They're not twigs. The little picks or whatever. I took them off a floral arrangement, and I just cut them down off of their stem and hot glued them to the bow. I thought I wanted to hot glue them down below the pumpkins, but I felt like that was doing too much, so I just hot glued a couple more on top of the burlap bow again. And I absolutely love this. So cute, you guys. Isn't this really cute? And then I just tied a nautical rope at the top and for a knot, and this is how it looks. I love this. This gave me really good vibes going into my fall DIY series. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on what color pumpkins you're obsessed with this year. Today's video is in collaboration with Heidi Sonboul over at Heidi Sonboul DIY. Heidi is so kind doing this summer daily DIY series where she features a smaller channel every day through the month of August. I'm super excited to have been invited, and make sure you go ahead and head over to her channel so you can see other links to other smaller channels that you may not have come across yet. If you're from Heidi's channel, hello, welcome. My name is Amber Michon, and I do weekly DIYs, hauls, and other fun things. So if you like budget-friendly home decor and crafting, which I'm sure you do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so you don't miss an upload. Also, make sure you leave me a comment below just saying hello. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the video. For my next DIY, this is going to be my back to school DIY. So for this organizer tray, we're going to go ahead and hot glue 4 paint stir sticks together. This was actually supposed to be the bottom, but it's going to be the back. Then I went ahead and took some craft sticks and reinforced them on there so that they would stay. This gives it a lot more sturdiness and for the weight that's going to go in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some of my scrap pieces that I did have when I cut off from some handles from previous projects and put 3 on each side, because 3 more paint sticks are going to go on top to act as the front of this tray. And then I'm going to go ahead and hot glue some more to the bottom, so that way I have no opening. So I did this by mistake. The 4 sticks were supposed to be the bottom, but when I put the smaller pieces on the sides, I put them in the wrong spot, so I had to improvise. So yeah. So then I had to put about 4 pieces at the bottom. So I did 3 at first, and then I had to put an additional one underneath those 3 because it was a hole in it, so it was an opening. But I fixed that, and then you just put the 3 on the front, and there's your tray. And then I went ahead and gave it a nice black coat of paint. This is acrylic paint by Apple Barrel. I just used a foam brush from Dollar Tree. This is what it looks like completed, and I think it actually turned out pretty nicely. Next, I'm using this foam board from Dollar Tree because I need something to put my whiteboard on for it to stay up. So I just traced out the size of it and then cut it out with my box cutter. Here's the size. And then I'm trying to figure out how I am going to put this up here, because the paint sticks that I have with the craft sticks holding it together, it kind of doesn't give it much room to hold there. So basically I'm going to go ahead and put the foam board where the craft sticks meet, because I have enough room for it to go there. So I'm going to do a combination of E6000 and hot glue so it sticks and stays over time. Put my foam board piece, just slip it right in there. It inserts really nicely. It gives it probably about an inch of wiggle room, or an inch of like hold onto the actual paint stick, so that's actually pretty good. Then I just did a lot of hot glue and put my whiteboard down, and bam, you have a really cool back to school at home tray for you to hold all of your stuff, your kids' stuff. So this definitely holds my son's workbook, his tablet, a book for me, and I think it's just something really fun for you to have for your kids so they know where their stuff is for school at home. Alright dolls, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Also, make sure you go ahead and check out Heidi's channel and see what she has come up with this 2-in-1 theme. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much, and if you're from Heidi's channel, don't forget to leave me a comment below just to say hello. Alright dolls, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!